Hello, planner people. Take two. It always takes me at least 2 or 3 tries to get through a video. Anyway, today is a little bit different. I usually do a flip through. Today I kind of want to do like a planner setup fail. So last night I was trying to set up this little pocket rings. I've been seeing these chunky pocket rings all over Instagram and YouTube and Facebook, and I was like, oh, I want chunky pocket rings. So I kind of jumped on the bandwagon, and I got these maybe a week ago, and I just had to put it aside. I had a huge paper due for school that's worth like half a thesis, so I had to just leave it alone until my paper was done. But last night I was like, okay, I want to set these up. I had watched a video by LittleRachPlans, so I'll put that name in the description. If you haven't seen her videos, you should go watch them because they're super good. She always has really adorable stuff in her planner. She did a flip through of her chunky pocket rings, and that kind of motivated me to try to set mine up last night. If you've been around the planner community, you probably know where these came from without me saying the name, so I'm not going to say it. But I got these, and I spent so much time last night printing, cutting, punching. So I hate doing those things, except the punching is not so bad, but I hate printing because my printer doesn't do duplex printing very well. It does do duplex printing, it just, the cut lines don't line up from the front to back, and my printer is fairly new, so I'm not really sure why. But even if I try to print the odd pages first and then flip the papers, it doesn't match up. So I just kind of try to find a happy medium where I can cut and not be slicing up anything important. So that's why doing my own inserts is kind of a thorn in my side anyway. But I spent probably a good hour and a half last night. I opened this planner maybe 5 times, and to put things in, I've used the little tabs every single time. And as you can see, before I didn't even get it set up, but it's probably hard to see on the camera, but I've got a gap here that's quite significant. It's really disappointing. You know what, this wasn't a cheap planner. I was really looking forward to having some chunky pocket rings, and I waited a month for it. So I was really bummed out as I'm setting it up, and I can't even get things to turn because these rings have a gap in them, and they're brand new. You know, this planner is brand new. So I stuck everything in there and then kind of chucked it in a pile and said, F it. You know, I was done. So I don't know what the future holds for this little planner. It's really cute. Let me just go back to the outside. The leather is nice. It's kind of got a textured leather. I don't remember if this is a goat skin, but it's super cute, and you probably recognize the company just by the features of the planner. You know, they have a very distinct design with their scallop spine, and I got the lacery cutout here. It's really a very cute planner. It has a little sparkle on the inside, which I wasn't expecting. So I'm really bummed out by this, and I don't know if I really feel like I want to even set this up anymore because I'm so disappointed. But I did go ahead and just pop these in here. I don't know, most of these are SM Plans with few exceptions, because there's a lot of subtle pink pops in her inserts that go really well with this planner. You know, if you have chunky pocket rings, I almost feel like they should be pink. You know, like you should have like a pink theme because they're so cute. So here's my situation. I don't want to disparage the company that sent me this because, number one, I've bought lots of their planners. I've bought ring planners from them. I've bought TNs from them. And this is the first time I've ever gotten something defective. So number two, this was their first foray, is that the right word, into chunky pocket rings. So they're probably, I don't know, maybe they just need to source some better rings. This is a new product for them is what I'm trying to say. And so they might not have all the kinks worked out. I'm hoping that these can be replaced. So the third point I want to make is I did take a picture of this last night. I know you probably can't see this on the camera, but it's there, I swear. And I haven't contacted customer service yet. So I just want to give them a chance to say, hey, we'll just send you some rings. I know that happens with like Gillio. Man, I had a Gillio that came with a gap in the rings, and man, they were Johnny on the spot to get me new rings. But you know, that's Gillio, so we'll see what happens. I don't know. So I'm hoping, since there seems to be a little screw here, that I can take these out and put different ones in. We'll see. I really don't know anything about taking these kind of rings out. I have changed the rings in the Gillios, which are Kraus or Cross. I'm not sure. I've heard it pronounced both ways. Those are super easy to change, and they are very high quality rings. So these, I think, are probably, you know, just some Chinese company that cranks out 1 million of them and sells them for, like, you know, pennies. So who knows? I don't want to, you know, write them off and without giving them a chance to respond. So I would still consider buying from this company at this point, because this can happen to anybody. Anyway, I'm not sure. I did go ahead and order some 30mm A7 rings from AliExpress, just in case they say take a hike. And then I'll attempt to change them myself. I'm not sure. I'm not really sure what else to do, because I wouldn't want to sell this to somebody without saying, hey, there's a gap in the bottom ring. It's really annoying because every time you turn a page, it gets stuck. And then I'm going to take a huge hit, because I would never charge somebody this, you know, even close to what I paid for it, which is, you know, I'm going to take a huge hit on it. So in the meantime, I was able to score some chunky pocket rings from the Chunky Planner on Etsy. So she has some that she sells that are really cute. They're not leather. I think they're vinyl. And they're super hard to get because she has so many spots, and then she has to close her store because I think she does it by herself. And so I was getting really frustrated that every time she went to sell them, I was missing out, until I finally got smart and put my Instagram notices on for her. And then I was able to nab one. So that should be coming in 2-3 weeks, I would say. So maybe I'll give it another try when that one comes, or if I get the ones from AliExpress, or if I get some from the maker of this company. So in the meantime, I think I'm just going to have to, I just really wanted to chuck it in the garbage last night. So I think I'm going to have to let it sit. So anyway, pocket rings is on hold. This was a fail. I mean, I really was looking forward to this. I've kind of been in a planner funk anyway, where I haven't been doing anything except my Hobonichi weeks. And I thought, now's my chance to get back into my favorite hobby. And it just kind of went to crap. So in the meantime, if you want to see that video by LittleRachPlans, she actually had a couple of ideas that I want to steal from her. And I think she got them from someone else, and she credits them in her video, but I can't remember who it was. First of all, she had a Foxy Fix pocket rings with a snap closure. And if you have any Foxy Fix binders, you know that the ones with the snap closures run a little bit bigger than the kind that have the elastic closure. So that lends itself well to putting 30mm rings in. So she took out the Kraus rings and put in some 30mm A7 rings from AliExpress or something. I think they sell them on Etsy too. And so she had her little Foxy Fix all stuffed and cute, and she had it in Cherry Blossom, which is pink and so adorable. And so if I can get these chunky pocket rings to work for me, I want to buy a Foxy Fix, maybe in Rowena, and make it all chunky and fat and cute. But it would be good color for fall. Even though I love the cherry blossom, I've had a cherry blossom from Foxy Fix and it was gorgeous. Another idea she had was, instead of pocket inserts, she said that she learned that you can take A6 inserts, size them down to 86% and get a tiny little bit more room. So it's not a ton more, but let me just show you. I'm really surprised these rings didn't hold up better, because the first time I opened them, man, they were hard to open. I was like, holy buckets. So anyway, I get off on a tangent easy. But you can see there's a little bit more space here. This is probably, my ruler is like, has no, it's so dumb. Look at this, is all worn off. I can't even measure anything there. So I would say that gives you about a ½ centimeter more space. And you know, when you're in pocket, I think that makes a huge difference. So that's a great idea. And I had tons of A6 inserts anyway, so I didn't have to buy a lot of pocket inserts. So she has some really good ideas. Check out her video. I'm gonna let the pocket rings stew for a bit. Now, I swore off rings until this came. I said, I'm going all Hobonichi, and I sold a lot of my planners, and I sold off an A6, a couple of them actually. I sold off some standard size. I was in standard size rings for a hot minute and then decided it was just not going to work for me. So I sold those, and then of course, then I go back to A6 rings because that's what I do. So I think until I get something settled with this guy, I'm putting him aside so he doesn't end up in the trash or in a bonfire or something. And I'm going to set up this, I'm going to go back to my A6 for a while. So I haven't even set up my A6 for September. So my Cocoa Daisy kit I got is just sitting. I haven't done anything with it, and which is a shame because it's super cute. This month is the book club. If you're a Cocoa Daisy subscriber, you know that what I'm talking about. It's birds and books, and it's just cute. So I've been using my weeks only, and so my Cocoa Daisy kit for outside of the week stickers that I subscribe to has just been sitting. And I think this is a great color for fall. This is a Gillio A6, and this is in the color Rust, which is one of my favorite colors that Gillio has. So I think this is a great fall color. Although I must say they have a kind of a dark green now in their Epoca leather that has been calling for me. So I feel my resolve weakening. If they restock that, I'm done for, because I'm going to have to buy it. I had actually sold this to a planner buddy, and then she switched sizes. She actually switched to standard, so she was kind enough to sell it back to me, which was really nice because I'm really a fan of how smooth this one is. It's just got very light pebbling. So going back to A6, what else am I going to do? I don't know if I'm going to even carry it. I might just do it just because it's fun. Because the Hobonichi Weeks is working out super fantastic for me. So I have got some little bit different videos coming up. I'll try not to bore you too much, because I know when you're just staring at someone's hands or their planner and they're not actually showing you something, it gets really annoying. So I'm going to try to do this rundown real quick. So I've had some ideas for some different videos that are not flip throughs. Well, I will do a flip through of this once I get September set up. I'm getting kind of late for September, but I don't want to waste all those cute things from Cocoa Daisy. So I will do a flip of this. But then on Facebook the other night, I think it was the Chic Sparrow group, they were talking about, you know, what's your favorite planner bag? You know, that's a frequent conversation. And there's a few of us that really like the Camilla backpack by Fossil. And someone was like, oh, I wish someone would do a review on it, because there really isn't a lot out there for it. And I was like, God, I think I have like 5 of those now, so I could do a review on it. So I'm going to kind of compare the Fossil Camilla mini backpack to like the Fossil Rachel satchel, which, what was the name of the Rachel satchel before they called it? Oh, it was called the Sydney. Yeah, they kind of redid it and now they call it the Rachel. And it's very similar. So I kind of want to do a comparison of those two bags so that if anyone's interested in the Camilla, they'll have a little bit to go on. I also want to do the obligatory Hobonichi haul, which I could have actually done this weekend, except my post office did their typical attempted delivery today and did not bring me my box. So I'll have to go to the post office on Monday and get it. I'm ticked about that, in case you can't tell. My next idea was to do a video on other Japanese planners besides the Hobonichis, because I'm pretty sure most people in the planner community are familiar with Hobonichi. Even if you don't have one, I mean, there's no way you can be on Facebook in the planner groups without hearing people talk about their Hobonichis, especially the weeks has been really popular this year. So I'd kind of like to showcase some different planners from Japan that I got from Amazon Japan. I have 3 of them right now in my possession, and I have a couple more coming. So I thought that would be a fun video for anyone who wants to change it up. So, and my last idea that I came up with was I would just kind of like to do a quick video on the type of weeks planners covers that I have. Because if you don't have a weeks yet and you want to get one, you might be overwhelmed with the options out there. There's so many things for the weeks now. So I thought maybe I could show some of my weeks covers from different makers and give you an idea if you want to kind of investigate, or if you already have a weeks and you just want to change it up and buy something new, then you can look into that. So those are coming up, and hopefully filming these videos are going to get me out of my planner funk, and I'm going to get back into what I really like to do, and that is setting up my planners and playing with them and avoiding doing things I don't like to do, like housework and homework. So with that being said, if you have any questions, let me know. If you have any comments, let me know. I'm always open to constructive criticism, and I hope this video wasn't too boring. I mean, it's kind of a fail, so it wasn't very exciting to see a flip through of a planner that just kind of went. I probably shouldn't spit in a video. I might edit that out. I might not. Okay. So I'll see you next time, and I think hopefully the next time will be my A6 flip through, going back to what I'm familiar with and what I know works. And I know that if the rings go to crap, I can get them replaced easily. So I'll see you later, planner people, and it was nice talking to you. Bye.